Hi, if you are a high-ticket ESL person, probably in Latin America, you probably want to listen to this. It's all about, are you closing deals and making stronger client relationships? Let's talk about the spin technique and other techniques that are all about consultative selling. My name's Burt. I'd like to tell you my story. I'm currently retired, and for the last 5 years, I've been working with ESL, IT, and business professionals. And many of my students have been high-ticket salespeople, selling SaaS programs and that to banks, insurance companies, other IT companies. And I've had the pleasure of working with some excellent people. But English is not their first language. And they've all told me that it's more difficult for them, perhaps, than the native speaker when they're speaking to native speakers. Not really being able to interpret what people are, just not getting that little nuances, not having the kind of natural language to come back. Spin selling, counselor selling, different techniques like this are very good because they really give you a framework to work under. These will help you a lot. I started a long time ago. I had done a degree in accounting and I worked for a public accounting company for a year. Discovered I hated accounting. I loved the course. I hated accounting. So I got into sales, and I was kind of working in the insurance industry, and I was just following basically a template where I almost read it to people. It was stupid. It was just a numbers game. It wasn't consultative at all. But I was lucky. One of the companies I had started with put me in a room for a week with two other people, a coach, and it was called Counselor Selling, Wilson Learning Counselor Selling, and that was back in the 80s. Very good program. And we talked about how to build trust, how to find the problem, how to recommend solutions, and how to advocate the solution. Very good program, very consultative sale. That helped me so much. It turned my life over. Instead of seeing myself maybe closing 25%, 30% of the people I met, it was 70%, 80%. As long as people were well qualified and they had a good reason for working with me, we would usually do business. It was like magic. And then in the 80s came spin selling, student of better ways to do our business, better ways to be a consultant. And it was amazing. And it was a step ahead, I would say, of counselor selling. But these two processes actually work very well together. They're really about questioning, discovering, working with people, consulting, finding the right answer, and being ready to walk away if we're not the right solution. Okay, we're not forcing anything down people's throat. And then books came out too, like The Science of Influence. Very good book. Highly recommend it. The psychology of why people make decisions, how they make decisions, how we can influence people, how for good, how to positively influence people for good, and put ourselves on a level playing field. How am I different? There's lots of videos here about spin selling, about counselor selling, about different techniques for doing consultative selling. So if you are a consultant, have a startup company, you are a high-level salesperson, then that's fine. But for the last 5 years, I've been working with the ESL people. So before that, I was selling multi-million-dollar annual premiums to international engineering architectural firms. Took a lot of trust building, a lot of discovery, a lot of determining if my unique proposal was the right proposal for these people, and we would discover what they would need. And now I fully understand the challenges and the methods to provide program learning to ESL sales professionals that bring the benefits of spin selling, counselor selling, the science of influence, all these scientifically based techniques to influence people. And I love the spin selling method where we talk about the present situation. We're not selling anything. We're not talking about product. We just talk about the present situation. What are the challenges that you're discovering? I might ask somebody, when you're in a meeting, how do you feel? How is it for you? When do you have issues with your English? When do you not know the right language? When are you afraid of making mistakes in your English? I ask these kinds of questions. And that will lead us to, what are the true problems? What is the problem that this is causing you? What does it do to you? Why does it mess you up in this sales process? Why do you think you might be disadvantaged to a natural English speaker? And then it leads us to the implications. So if we don't solve this issue, what will be the implications of it? How does this affect you if this continues on? Will you be able to move ahead? Will you be able to get the accounts you have? What are the implications? And then when we solve this problem, when you have gone through the program learning approach and we've role played this inside out, we've discovered the right questions that you need to ask in the different situations to bring people through the process, and you understand the thinking process of your target market. You've done empathy mapping. You know your demographic. You know your psychographic. You have gotten in the heads of these people, and you really are understanding, but you are using the right questioning techniques. So you bring it out of your prospective client, and together you decide if this is the right solution for the client or not the right solution. And you are a true helper consultant. This is what the process that we can go through. I invite you to do the scorecard that I put at the bottom of this video, and I will give you a personal report. And I suggest that we have a chat for 30 minutes and see if there's anything I can do for you. Can I change your sales experience, your skills, update your English to get these questions, to practice them, to make a difference? I will let you know. Maybe your English really isn't at the right level yet, and you have to up your English levels. Maybe you're incredible. Maybe you're just a fantastic person and your English is great and you're doing an incredible job and it can't be improved. Anyway, let's have some fun. Let's meet and investigate this. So my name is Teacher Burt, and I invite you to discuss this with me and see what we can do together. Have a great day. Thank you so much.